Because my problem
I can see that working.
with Fate and Luck magic is it just twists the story. As I've said before, the author can just, oh, hey, this person used Fate magic and now it's going the direction that I wanted it to go because I declared it so. Instead
It
of writing
really
the
is a
story.
get out of jail free card.
It
and
is-
everyone can see that.
It is a get out of jail free card. Also, it's like, how do you fight someone with the Infinity Gauntlet if they actually want to win? They just delete you. Like, you're gone. They have the Power Stone. You were obliterated. Like, there is no way to defeat them other than them letting you beat them. Right? Because, like, when the gauntlet was used, he's just like half gone. I was just, I'm just gonna delete half of all living beings, like literally 50-50. And then after that point, he wants his plan to succeed. He has to then stop you from getting the gauntlet back and undoing it all. So if he actually wanted to win, he could just snap and delete you too. But he doesn't. Why? He doesn't want to win. And so that's why I see Fate magic and look bullshit. Because if you actually use it to its peak ability, you just can't lose. It's really interesting. Watch the Marvel movies. Thanos lets them win.
I mean,
he has the power.
It was one of those things where he accomplished what he set out to do,
Yeah.
and then he got rid of the thing, is what happened. They just, did some bullshit to be like, no. We're talking Marvel movie here, right?
And
yeah, he did what he set out to do, and then he destroyed it.
Who's under the mask?
I think most people will figure it out. Or maybe not.
Who knows? It's definitely not.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Anyway, can you have a reaction from all 9 party members?
No. Who could it be?
We should be worried about his eyes, right?
Nah,
Like, he's got some Sharingan going on over there.
it's fine.
Weird eye
Totally
magic. Like, genuinely fascinating.
It is something that I don't think I've seen elsewhere.
No, not really. Although, kind of can consider it like bloodlines in something like Path of Ascension, because it is like a genetic
it
magic.
kind of is, except for the part where
Did you
that other guy
steal
is
an
like,
eye?
I'm gonna do it though.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, yeah, it had to happen somewhere, right? Except, I guess the main difference here is that you can't, through hard work and dedication, just create a bloodline for yourself. You know?
Yeah.
It did not seem to be that way.
In which one are you referring to? Path of Ascension?
In Path of Ascension? Yeah.
Yeah, bloodlines work a little bit differently in that story than most others, but
Yeah. I mean, that's the one I know. So,
yeah. I don't know if you can just you kind of are born with it or you acquire it. Other stories.
So, but the point is like, it's kind of a bloodline with a lower barrier of entry if you want to just do it yourself.
Oh, so you could.
Apparently.
Fight him again with Horus, and Horus is dead. Nothing. Are we supposed to get reality? Well, who is it? Where is he going to be? What does that mean? Game.
This loading screen.
Akashic.
The Akashic puddle pile. Oh no. We don't need that.
Yeah, but that's like only if we actually get the sword, you just no clip. Can't be affected by it ever again. But I do like the temporary when you're holding the sword phase, and you can walk around. What are you erasing? Oh. What if there's only one in? Oh. What if the Akashic records have an enforced?
I mean,
what are the?
Fine. Yeah, it's defense, but like, how are you getting to it? Now you could have the enforcer be sort of like maybe the records are out of whack for some reason, and the enforcer is correcting what it perceives as errors.
Right. Because like, if for instance, if we're going off of what I just came up with for the records itself, is if it's actually just the magic sealed away, full to hold it and bind it. If someone is trying to acquire that magic again and gain power, what is quote unquote allowed,
then the enforcer seeks them out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which is, it leans into the terrifying mind mage that I have, also to hold that magic hostage.
I mean, listen, if you want to enter the dungeon, you're gonna have to fight Skeletron.
Oh. Because I think I've mentioned this before, but about the mad mage who literally just takes everyone who uses mind magic poorly. If they reach a certain level and they're using it for evil, then he can detect you and you.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, even the evil empires don't use mind magic, is because they're shitless of it. They're like, oh, the guy who founded our evil empire, yeah, he just kind of vanished one day, and then his disciple also just kind of was gone at like. Anyway, we don't use my magic anymore.
Yeah. Ooh, hold up. Flip that on its head. What if the gods of fate and luck are not dead but imprisoned, and it's a mind mage situation where the sword guy hunts you down if you start getting too strong with luck or fate magic?
Yeah, that could be.
XRC も全員揃った。その上純も亮太もいる。
Everyone's here.
この先に何
We're
が
gonna go
待っ
into
てい
the
よう
Uber
が
make it end dungeon
恐れ
of
る
the
もん
end
は
story.
何もねえだろ。
The end times.
What?
Because something I was thinking about is I was
Goro, are you okay?
Yeah, don't worry about
You
it.
okay? There
Don't worry about
seems
it.
to be some clipping. Oh,
Don't worry
okay,
about it.
okay.
何があってもきっと乗り越えられるはずです。
Toa, no, you know,
Nope,
it's
so,
fine.
so,
さ
no,
す
it's
がに
just gonna
何
kill
も
over
怖
dead.
くねってばまあ最初の時より心
What I was thinking about,
みんなでここに戻ってこられたのも主の
I was thinking about like actually how my like universe stuff will work, like actually with magic. Because there's a lot of what most stories refer to as like planes or dimensions, where it's a three-dimensional reality that has something on it, usually physical. Sure. You know, not. This also would technically include like the plane of fire, right, where it's just fire. But there's like a three-dimensional plane, like the plane that we exist in, and then there's a different three-dimensional plane, slightly adjacent in dimensions. So it's offset just enough for basically to never interact. It's on a different axis.
Yep.
And so they're all like
Flopside.
they're all like stacked together infinitely. So there's basically infinite.
It do be a flopside situation. Go play Super Paper Mario.
Yeah. So there's a three-dimensional plane, which is the plane that we exist in, and then there's the planes that mana exists. Mana exists in a five-dimensional plane. So it kind of interacts through the adjacencies with our plane, but mostly it interacts with the astral, and the astral is like the between plane stuff. So what happens is like your soul, which is like your puppet master, wields magic using its will, and you can use that to affect your physical material plane. Because mana is an energy. I'm still working on like the actual like boundaries and boxes I'm putting stuff in. Because I want to lean into soul is inviolable. Like you can't alter it. At least not yourself and not easily. And like gods and stuff can't touch it. But what they can do is mess with the strings that you use to puppeteer yourself. Because your soul is separate from your body, but exists on top of it in a different dimension. Sort of. Not quite. So it can be affected by like messing with your strings to like sort of control you, sort of like twist who you are, but the soul itself is whole. And I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Like, is there like a super death that goes around and like keeps the soul? Or is there like a reincarnation sort of? I have not thought that far ahead. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe there is a super death. There are gods that call themselves But are they really God? Not really. Not in the way that most people. You ready for the final dungeon? Playing Super June the whole game?
Yeah.
If they used this kind of gate for the final gate, the main story, it would have been better.
Oh, I wonder if you can go back and check the other shops now.
Can I go get my mushrooms?
Maybe. Let's go to shopping street.
They don't exist.
Go
What is
into the
healing?
soba shop? Did we ever go into the soba shop?
I think we did.
Are there any, like, mysterious crystals? No? No mysterious crystals?
We're
Huh.
out of sparklers.
Oh, yeah, you didn't go to the shrine.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I
you
guess
haven't, you haven't gone back.
Can't.
Not allowed.
Oh well.
I wonder if it's like there's drops.
Fine, it's just. My cooking is ruined. And my disappointment is immeasurable.
No, there's gotta be a way, right? You just went in anyway. All right.
I mean, I saved before. There is a way. Reload and back out. I think I've talked a bit before about the way magic works. My setting, where it's kind of like alchemy, sort of like a weird alchemy and like Rube Goldberg machine thing, where you have an exact input and you get an output by going through.
I think
the steps.
I think a book. Became available. Whatever.
何これこんなのは初めてだ
What's going on?
アスカさん。ええ。どうやら
All
今まで
connected.
現れていた。
These are all of the gates.
元凶が同じとはいえ。
This was the
似た
gate.
雰囲気の迷宮が
We're all here.
全部合わせて確かに
Oh, I see.
そう考え
Ryota is busted.
そこまで広い迷宮なんて
He is busted.
He is busted, but not in the most obvious way. So there's a charm, or there's an accessory you can get, which is Chizuru's charm, that only Ryota can equip because it's Chizuru's charm.
Yeah.
That gives you 6% D gauge every time you trigger a perfect dodge. And then there's an element that gives you 9% every time you trigger a perfect dodge. So you can get 15% D gauge every time you trigger a perfect dodge.
ええ。これほどの
Yeah.
何にせよこの先に森宮の異変の裏で
多分そうだったらなおさら
と
So yeah,
何が待ち受けていようが
that's what
や
that
るべ
is.
きことは
はいどう どんな壁だろうと
That is
力を合わせて
kind
乗
of
り
crazy.
越えるのみです
ああいや何より
One last job.
大切
What they say every time. One more.
今こそ俺たち
One
の
more.
さあ
That's what I was saying with magic. Alchemy, more like chemistry.
Wow, every element was balanced there.
Well, everyone except for this one. Except for June.
Yes, except Shadow. But like for June, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we're still not gonna use it aside from June.
Correct? What I was thinking about is mana is kind of like protons, neutrons, electrons, except for, you know, how those are made up of like quarks and things.
Okay, you're making a magic part.
Yeah, the magic exists in a particle that is like molecule in a way, but its constituent parts are like, this one's more aligned with fire, this one's more aligned with water, this one's more aligned with love, this one's more aligned with darkness, or like the fear of the dark or something. Really obscure things, and that's why mana is like, oh, this is fire mana. Well, that's because most of its constituent parts are made up of fire-aligned bits and not. Which is why using earth mana to power a fire spell is technically possible, but need so much more mana that it is basically impossible. Because the amount of fire that's actually in that earth mana is like negligible.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I was thinking about, so the way gravity works is it attracts all things. And then there's like thermodynamics that like drag things around because of high energy to low energy.
Yeah.
That kind of thing sort of exists with mana. Because like things can be enchanted, hold and store mana. But what happens is the mana kind of binds to the physical particle in the material plane. Because of that, it no longer like moves and kind of create like a well that attracts more mana of its type. Which is why you can find things like
Wait,
mana.
go back. Break that crystal. Oh, that didn't give any health. I thought it was health and cross drive. I mean, you don't really need to use a.
Oh, nom.
He does heal for double. So that did full heal.
Yeah. June, what are you using your sword on? You're just swinging it randomly. Isn't it terrifying? We're not finding anything in any of these dungeons.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh boy. Ult them here. Got him. Where is the food? Goon's gonna eat the lemon water. He's gonna eat the sweet bean cider.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. So, with the way that mana works, I'm thinking that ritual magic is probably the most ancient form of magic, because what it is it really sets up like a giant Rube Goldberg machine to force an effect by affecting like the ambient mana.
Sure.
Which I think is a good way to do it, because rituals have like these circles, there's like components you gotta use and spread out, and do specific things with, and what it's actually doing is it's setting up the ambient mana that's around you and primed it for an effect so that when you cast the ritual, you get basically the same outcome every time. Which is why the oldest form is the first thing that's like
Okay.
personal ability to use.
アカシックブレードアカシックブレード
Anyway, Tune, you're gonna trick all this stuff. 700. Oh,
悪くない
next to those drinks.
アカシックブレード回復し
Oh
ますね
wow, it's not common to see resist attack enemy,
Yeah.
but he still felt the 2 power attacks, so whatever.
It's so silly.
悪くないせいアカシックブレードレッアカシックブレード
I'm still just having what I'm thinking about is like how would like a high magic world evolve?
せい
Uh-huh.
Like why would you use technology if you can cast the cantrip that lights a fire?
Yeah.
Like, how do you progress from there? And I'm like,
アカシックブレード
can we even think about something like that?
Well, you already described it. So, technology uses the fundamental principles of ritual casting, but without
Right.
having to keep up the ritual.
Yeah.
Like it's constructed in such a way that it's doing it.
Yeah, so like that works, but I'm more talking about like why would you invent the wheel
アカシック
if you can just levitate a platform?
Because
You probably wouldn't unless you can't use magic for that long. And so using
well,
the
yeah.
levitation.
So that's the thing. There isn't that much gravity.
いいものみたいね
Sure.
Like
But what if
gravity
you just
mana
what if you
doesn't
just grab the
form-
earth mana that's made of the platform and you just lift the platform?
Well, lift. So okay,
Like
it's
like you're
sticking
an
out of the
you're
ground now,
you're
now
like an
what?
earthbender from Avatar. Why would you invent a wheel?
アカシックブレード せい
Because it's taxing to
せい
Sure. Yeah.
actually,
That's
it's
fair.
physically taxing to actually do that.
ゲットしたわ
But that's the kind of thing I'm trying to think about, and it's hard because if someone is really skilled and powerful in earth magic,
Yes,
maybe they're the guy
you
who just
can
does all
get
the lifting.
Well,
And then why would you
yes,
invent
You can get
those
that
and-
skilled, but you're not around 24/7 and in these 7 different places that all do transportation at once.
Right. And so I think we've talked about before making like a little engine out of fire mana or earth mana and
Yeah.
using that to power things.
Exactly.
貫けは少々ある
And there's and with the ritual casting idea,
Yeah.
you can make an engine out of any type of mana as long as it like can be formulated in such a way to make sense. So an earth engine would just basically make a bunch of like platforms rise and lower out of the ground and just
Sure.
like shove the object along. Whereas a fire version of it could actually, turn a combustion engine.
Yeah.
いい感じですね
It's just fascinating to think about. Because you see anime and stories and stuff go, oh, this is a high fantasy, high magic society. And it's just medieval with like enchantments that do things. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this building has a security system. Why? Magic. How they do it? Magic. What is it? It's just a mansion manor house that you would see in any medieval setting
光よ
stories. Except it has a security system. Because
Yeah.
magic.
よろしく頼む援護する
Like,
は
if you had access to earth magic, And I mean like raise like an instant house that's just a square or cube out of the ground.
打ち損なったよ
Then
アカシック
people would spend their
ブレー
time making cool looking things. So like the entire city might be highly decorated earth and stone shaping. Like the
Yeah.
entire thing.
ド祈りを捧げよう
That would be like an Earth Mage city, yes.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't do that everywhere.
No. So how and the reason is say earth mana is very low in this area that's full of like swamplands.
悪くない
There's too much there's too much water.
せい
Or this is a volcano.
Alright. Let's see. Did you get everything?
For sure. I checked a couple times.
It's probably fine.
Well, it's just a teleport too. Like just go back.